extra long day. It's 8 o'clock on the East Coast. Let's get some people in here and get this show started. Tonight's show is going to be our friend all the way from California. His name's Kyle. Kyle is in the building. Let's wave at my guy. And let's get this show started. Waiting for Kyle. My guy.
Dr. G, what's up, man?
What's up, my guy? How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to be here. I'm outside. The sun is shining. I got a sparkly jacket on. Life is good.
You really dusted off the sparkly jacket for
Only
tonight?
for special occasions. My arm is not long enough to get it all in.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Whenever you show up, you show out. I appreciate that. I'm happy to be one of your good friends, and I'm happy to have you on the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
I can't believe how long it took me to get scheduled, man. It was like when we first started talking about, you're like, bro, I got an opening like 3 months from now. So I'm happy to finally have I guess I need a better agent.
Hey, man, that might help out. Nah, I wanted to make sure we got you in at the right spot. Your birthday's coming up. So
Tomorrow,
man, we got to get everyone to sing happy birthday to you at the end of the show or something. We got to make that happen.
That'd be good. I love it.
So if you could, from the members of our live that don't know who you are, Mr. Sparkly Suit, man, can you let them know a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Yeah, so my name's Kyle Guerin. I am the Director of Corporate Social Responsibility and the PDS Foundation. So what I have the privilege to do, I've been with PDS almost 12 years. I've been around PDS 17 years. So I like to say I was almost born at PDS. I'll probably die at PDS. And I have the privilege of really helping people serve. So I like to say I'm a dental hype man. I like to get people inspired. So I get people involved in Pacific Dental Services volunteer events, but then I also am the executive director of our nonprofit 501c3 public charity, the PDS Foundation. So I like to say I probably have the best job in dentistry, if not outside of dentistry.
Yeah, man, your job is amazing. I think one of the best things about your job is that special needs clinic. I think that's awesome. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So, the PDS Foundation has 4 major programs. And, it was started in 2013 to really create more service opportunities to really make a difference in the world. We do 4 major things. We give away dental assistant scholarships.
Yep.
We do international trips with our own. And I'm sure I'm probably jumping through too many things at one time, but we got plenty of time. We'll talk about it all. We do dental assistant scholarships. We have a clinic in Guatemala. We do international trips. We got a mobile dental clinic. But we knew that there was such a need for dentists to treat patients with special needs. And so we had done a lot of education. We'd done a lot of training. But in 2019, we put a stake in the ground and said, you know what, we're going to put our money where our mouth is. And we opened up the first ever Dentist for Special Needs, which is a nonprofit. It is insurance based, and it's Medicaid provided access. We take all both the government plans and private plans, but it's exclusively for patients who can't find care at a traditional office. So we knew there was a need, we filled it, and we're having incredible success, and lives are being changed just like they are in your practice every day, bro.
That office is beautiful. So I'm going to have you come to my office to give me some of those upgrades.
We'll put some dandelions in your practice. You got
it. Beautiful office. You touched on the trips. Can you talk about the different service trips that you're in charge of? That's awesome.
Through the foundation, we go to, life has been crazy, right? I mean, it's like I almost need to talk about what we did, BC and then like AC or DC or wherever we are saying we're at in our COVID journey. But we do 3 major trips, and I can't say that I've been on all of them. I've been on a bunch of them, but man, I can't do it without my homegirl Carly, who runs all these
Woo.
trips. You know Carly, she's amazing. She does all the work. I just wave my hands around and the hype man. So Carly leads all these amazing trips, but we have really 3 that we've done. We have our own PDS Foundation clinic in Xenico, Guatemala, where we've partnered with the University of San Carlos, and we've done we have our own. So all year long, there's 2 to 3 dental students that see patients all year, and we come in about 4 times a year with PDS supported dentists and just serve the community. And so we go to Guatemala, which is amazing. We go to Fiji, which I guess if you can do dentistry with your bathing suit on, you can go to Fiji. Just kidding. You're fully dressed. But we go to oh my gosh, some random island in the middle of nowhere where you literally take one big plane, then you take a little plane, then you take a boat, then you take a van, and then you're finally there. And so we do it in Fiji. And then sadly, we've been to Ethiopia since 2000. I think 2009 was our first trip. I've been to Ethiopia 16 times. It's a huge a part of my life. And sadly, with the civil war that's going on there, it just hasn't been safe, and we haven't been able to go, and even before COVID, and it's just really sad what's happening there, and we hope to someday make it back there, but right now it's not a safe place up in northern Tigray where we've spent so much time there. So those are the 3 trips, really 2 kind of these days, and it's an incredible opportunity. So many of dentists have gone on it, and everybody comes back changed, man, always.
Yeah, and then since I won the award, Carly mentioned it here in the comments section, I am allowed to go on one of these trips, and I've always wanted to go on one. Before everything closed down for COVID in 2020, I actually was planning to do the Fiji trip. So now that I'm an award winner, I get to come hang out with you in Fiji and finally, try that trip out. I've heard so many great things. I remember when Carly came down here to Florida, I asked her like a million questions about that trip. And so now I'm excited to finally be a part of it and being able to do some good over there. So now we talked about doing good abroad. Let's talk about what we do here locally. So I know from my office, we love Serve Day. Serve Day is our Super Bowl. Jallison gets all hyped up. We have the music playing. We got footage of you dancing with Jally. But we're able to do so many great things because of Serve Day. We normally partner with the VA, which is right down the street. And I know we've touched so many different lives. What's one of your favorite Serve Day memories?
Man, Serve Day is a really cool day that we participate in. It really stemmed, we've been doing it. I guess this will be our 11th year of Serve Day. And it's always part of my favorite day because it allows me even more so of a reason to come out and visit my friends. Last year I was in St. Louis coming around. The year before that is when we were hanging out in your office. I've been to Georgia a number of times. And I think it's hard. It's like picking one of your favorite kids, right? I mean,
Florida.
We love them all the same, but we like some of our kids a little more. And Florida it was just, the energy that you had in your practice and Jally. I mean, we were dancing. It was like a luau in there. I mean, it was so fun. And the stories of the care that people have got, from people working with patients with special needs to working with, after innocence and people who've been wrongfully convicted of crimes, to people who just have been down on their luck and need a break. And I think, the beauty of Serve Day is, a couple things. One, it's all on one day, which is like, the whole family coming together as like a family reunion and all serving at one time. And I think the crazy part, it's been like the supported clinicians of PDS have donated, I think almost something crazy like $70 million in donated dentistry since we've been doing this. It's crazy to think of how much that is. And it just speaks to the testament of the quality of people that are part of this organization, and the hearts of the serve, because dude, it's just like the impact. It's the best day of the year. It's so rewarding, and it doesn't hurt your brand either by the community knowing that, oh, this dentist stands out. This dentist isn't just about the Benjamins, and this dentist gives back to the community.
I love the 90s reference. I love that 90s reference. We're going to get into your 90s hip hop and R&B in one moment. But what I wanted to talk about also, when we do Serve Day, it, like you said, changes people's lives. This allows patients who would otherwise just see that they need treatment or see teeth or kind of decaying and say, it doesn't hurt, let me forget about it. I think about so many people. I think my first Serve Day was in 2017, and it was like, wow, we get to help these people. It really like opened up my heart. And every year, me and Jally, we're always talking about, okay, what are we gonna do? We got to make it bigger and better. What are we gonna do now? It's our Super Bowl, so
Super Bowl, yeah.
I love it. Again, I'm gonna always be a part of it. I think me and Jolly are gonna cook something up really nice this year. Now that we have our shovel, so we have to, have a theme or something, Jolly. So we'll walk around the office with the shovel, do an Instagram live about it. But I can't wait to help so many different people.
It's like Serve Day. Can you dig it? How about that?
Boom, boom, Jolly, write that down. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have to use that. As long as you don't trademark it.
Dr. G, it was like it's funny now that I had a chance there was a Serve Day a couple years ago, and I was in Atlanta with Dr. Janke. Do you know Dr. Janke in Georgia? Dr. Janke Patel. And she had a patient that she wanted to help her mom, and her mom was Pam, and her mom was a veteran, had was down on her luck, had some addiction, and just kind of was homeless for a while. And so we did a video as part of it, and I got to spend the whole day with Pam. Literally, we did the video, she did some treatment, but Pam literally took us around. She took us to the homeless center. She took us to her favorite barbecue joint down in the hood in Atlanta. And it was just like just hearing her story, and we were talking again. She was talking Ralph Tresvant. She was talking like all sorts of my jam, all my artists, and it was just one of the coolest opportunities. And her and I are still friends. Pam and I are still friends on Facebook. But just what a difference that her smile of just she changed her smile, and even so much so because Pam had a little gap in between her teeth. When she changed it, she still wanted to keep the gap. So. And
it's her trademark.
It was her trademark. Yeah. So that was one of those special ones that you never forget.
Oh man, you have such a good heart, man. That's why I love you. So you walk around, man, and you have all of this nonstop energy. How do you maintain that energy, man? You're like you said, you're the dental hype man. Like at night, do you go in like a chamber and you have to be plugged in? How do you keep this energy?
I am fueled by people. So I guess I'm like the introverted extrovert or the extroverted introvert, or I don't know. I get charged up by people, and especially I'm super passionate about what I do. And the biggest part is the impact. There's two reasons, man. And when I think of it, and it's two quotes that I love. And one is by Maya Angelou, and it's like, people will forget what they did. People will forget what you said, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. And so I've always tried to, just have an impact on the lives that I touched, and getting people hyped and getting people excited and bringing energy and fun. And, I'm a pretty hyperactive person to begin with. Like, I don't slow down, and I bouncing off the walls most of the time. And then the second quote that I love is Coach John Wooden. And he says, make each day your masterpiece. And I try to that fuels me, year after year, day after day, you signed your name on it. So trying to get what's the impact I can have on the lives I can touch. And again, I'm not very smart. I'm not very handsome, but I got a lot of energy, and I got a quick wit, man. So how can we go do something amazing every day? And how can I help? I can only do so much. So how can I inspire others to do so much more? And I was literally, before this call, having this conversation with my wife. My wife just did, we have we set a grant for My mother-in-law was an amazing teacher who passed away about a year ago, and we set up a grant in her name. And today, my wife got to give away. My wife's a teacher here in Orange County, and we got to give away the grant to another teacher who's making a difference in the lives of kids. And we were just talking about how excited like serving others makes us. It's so much
That's
better
crazy.
than anything else. And so that's what really gets me fired up.
Yeah, it gives you like that nice feeling in your heart. Like every time you do something nice and you can see that you've made someone's life better, it's like, okay, what else can I do? Let me see what else
Yeah,
we can do. All right, how about we do this? And giving back and making people feel whole, that's all a part of life. And that's what you want to do.
absolutely. Absolutely. And I know that's what you're doing every day, man. I mean, even with this, I mean, you're spreading so much joy and you're spreading so much love and inspiring so many people, man. You're one of my heroes, man.
Oh,
Absolutely.
thank you, man. It's like, why not? Let's do this. I know so many cool people, so I want to bring these people to the forefront and I want to make you shine. I want to highlight you, talk about the things that you do. So let's talk about the music now. You have your headphones on, you have your portable Walkman, your CD changer. What are
Well,
you jamming to?
I brought my shirt. I wore my shirt just so I don't know if you can see it, but it's Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, Mike, Ralph, and Johnny. So for me, it starts with NE, New Edition, and then you just keep going along the tree. So when they all went solo and Bobby went crazy, his music was still fresh, and
Right,
then you
right.
got BBD with Poison, and still my other quote is never trust a big butt and a smile. Like that's other words to live by, man. Like so I love the New Jack Swing. I love the, Babyface is I feel like I am a, 55-year-old black man trapped in this 43 white man. Like I'm with the grown folk. I grew up in Detroit, man. This like the grown folk with some gator
Motown.
shoes, Dr. Golden.
Motown. No, man, you have so much soul. The music that you're listening to, you got a good ear. That is classic, classic. New Jack Swing. There's so many amazing songs from that era. I thought you were gonna go a little bit more mid '90s and start talking about like In Vogue. I can see you like really singing hard
Yeah.
to some 702 or something like that.
Like 112 was dope. I guess I like Shy and I like Silk. I've seen Boys to Men in concert probably 15 times. They keep coming back doing the same act, and I'm still there again.
The fact
Um,
that you said Silk, you're gonna have my wife's respect because that is often overlooked. Silk is a great, great, great group.
yeah, yeah. They had, they came and they delivered and then they went away. And and I've been listening to it. I wasn't a huge rap fan, back in the day, but I've been listening more and more of like the 90s. Like I just been bumping Public Enemy and like even Cool Mo D and like Tribe and even some Busta and Wu Tang. I mean, it's like I've been listening to just so much of that lately that I can't listen to anything now. I'm not cool now.
The
I'm not cool. Like
music
even
now, you
my
have to have
12
a
year
little.
old, I'm like, who's this? He's like little somebody. Like little baby or little. Everyone's
You,
just so little.
yeah, if you give me some Busta Rhymes, I'm loving Busta. I'm talking about like original Busta, first
Yeah.
album. That guy was amazing. Like he could spit. So yeah, you get a pass, my friend, when it comes to music. Congratulations, your
Well, and I
music
can't
knowledge.
leave M. I can't leave my boy Eminem. I grew up on 13 Mile. He grew up on 8 Mile. It may have been, it was those 5 miles was a long way, but we're from the same city outside of Detroit, Warren, Michigan, representing the 313-810-586. But M still he's a little crazy, but he can spit fire.
Yeah, like, he's a little crazy. Yes, yes, he is. Let's start
But
with
aren't we
that.
all, man? Aren't we all?
But that's what makes you a genius. That's an argument that actually me and my wife have all the time. So Kanye is crazy. We all know Kanye
Yes.
is crazy. But if you listen to his earlier stuff, it's absolutely brilliant. So how can you make something so brilliant without being crazy? And that's
Yeah.
why Eminem's so great.
Yeah. Well, I think that's why I love PDS so much because, Steve and Joanna and John, they let me have my crazy. So the things that they let me do on stage and the stupid outfits they let me wear. And like, I know every time they just look at me and shake their head, but like that's what they let crazy be crazy.
And then you come up with some amazing creative things. You're giving back to communities. So why not let you be a little crazy? Great things are coming out of that crazy.
No, I appreciate that. We all get a little crazy sometimes.
So besides being crazy, my friend, what motivates you? What gets you out of bed in the morning, put your feet on the ground, and just makes you want to go to work?
Man, I got to be honest, and I'll get a little preachy here, but it starts with my faith. I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus, and so that fuels me and fires me, inspires me every day. And every day trying to be better than I was yesterday, and that continuous improvement. I love. Before I joined PDS, and I worked with my dad, and I got to spend like 5 years working with Coach John Wooden as like a business partner, and I got
You
all
work
these
with
little.
John Wooden?
Yeah, yeah. So my
You have to
dad,
lead with that.
I know. So how I got, and even real fast, my PDS story, how I got connected with PDS, my dad and Steve Thorne started a church together. So they were in a marriage couple. And so when I moved to California, my early story, I worked for the Pistons. I worked for an advertising agency doing ride and drive events. And then I moved to California to work with my dad, who's got a small company. He was business partners and has developed a course called the John R. Wooden course, training, companies based on Coach Wooden's principles. So I got to spend about 5 years, traveling with Coach Wooden, talking to Coach Wooden, learning and studying Coach Wooden. And it was just incredible. I mean, talk about Yoda, of life. And, and PDS was one of our clients at working with my dad. So at the very first XP, Coach Wooden was the keynote speaker. And so, getting to spend time at Coach Wooden. So, he's got all these Woodenisms, like when you're through learning, you're through. And I think I take so many of those, they're all super corny, but they're so, the
True.
best thing a father can do for his children is love their mother. It's like, be quick, but don't hurry. They're so timeless. They're corny, but they're so good. And I think that's a big part of it, man. What drives me is just, helping, inspiring people. I'm a connector and I love people. So like, I always introduce like, hello, friends, because everyone's a friend. And I think
Right.
that's what gets me fired up every day.
And for those who do not know who John Wooden is, please Google him. Coach
Yeah.
Wooden is the man, 10-time champion, UCLA great. Get some basketball in your life, people. Get
Yeah,
some
yeah,
basketball in your
yeah.
life.
And that's another, like, I'm a hoops addict, man. I love the Pistons. I love the Michigan State Spartans. My son, we watch every game on. I'm bandwagon Lakers,
Woo!
lately.
So that's
Like,
something else we have to talk about. All right. So when I first found out that you were from Detroit and you were a Pistons fan, it was kind of hard to connect with you because I absolutely hate Detroit basketball. I'm sorry. I'm a huge Laker fan. That championship that we lost in '04, keyword, we lost. You didn't win. We lost. I still hold that. I hold that. I hold that grudge.
well, Dr. Golden, if we're going way back, how about that phantom call that like Kareem got? We should have won. We should have been three-peat when that first year they should have beat the Lakers when Isaiah was playing on one leg, and then the game 7 phantom call. But if it makes you feel better, that 2004 series, I was at game 2, which is the only game the Lakers won. It was in LA. I was at the game. I just met my wife, who was my girlfriend. I was trying to impress her. I was sitting in close seats. We went to the game. I had my Pistons jersey on, and it was the only game Detroit lost in that series. So
You should have went to more games. You should have went to more games. I'm still bitter about that championship, and that's why I'm a true Laker fan.
you got plenty more after then. We're still waiting for our next one.
I love to see you guys suffering. You don't get any TV time. I don't hear anybody doing that annoying Detroit basketball. I love where we are right now in the sports world when it comes to basketball.
How did you
All
get to
right.
be a Laker fan living and growing up in Miami?
So the Heat were good, but they weren't where they needed to be. And I was actually Eddie Jones and Nick Van Exel fan. I loved the
Yeah,
way they played. And I actually didn't like Kobe Bryant because Kobe Bryant ended up taking Eddie Jones's spot.
yeah,
I stuck with them because I was like, all right, this kid looks pretty decent. And then they had Shaq also. So I was like, oh, okay, this is a good team. So from 96 to 2000, when they weren't winning anything yet, I just kept watching that team. I loved everything they were doing. And then they put Phil Jackson in, and then the rest was history.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So what happened when LeBron was in Miami? Were you bandwagon
I,
Heat then, or no? Still
no,
no.
I am not I respect LeBron, but I am not a LeBron fan. LeBron is with the Lakers now, but I'm a Lakers fan. So let's just put that there.
Oh, okay, that's tough, man. That's a
Yeah.
tough. Yeah,
He came into two of my teams because I really do like the Heat. But when he came to the Heat, I left them. I just walked away, and now he's with the Lakers, and I can't leave the Lakers. So I can't. Too much history. Too much
too
history
much
there.
history, man. You got to stay loyal to your teams. That's right.
Exactly. So as we start to wrap up, man, we could do this all night. I know you're working on so many different little projects. Can you tease something big that you're working on to get the people excited about the good that you're going to do for the community?
Yeah, we got a couple things. The biggest things that we're working on, the dental assistant scholarship is a huge one. And every day that, the impact that dental assistants have on the community, on your job, on patients. Like without dental assistants, man, we're nothing. The office can't. And so we're trying with the foundation to really rally the troops, to get people, to help donate, to help support, and trying to really dental assistant career is less people are going into it, and it is such a great career, and dentistry is a great industry to be in. So we're really trying hard, and then we're working with you, man. I know. What about we got a little scholarship thing that we've been talking about meeting on, of just helping people in the community. So I know where you're going. So we got
Yeah,
some big things, helping the community, helping the underserved, and really trying to make an impact both across the country and in our local community. So I can't wait to see what happens there.
I
And
can't
people
wait
got
to
to stay
announce that one.
tuned.
I cannot wait to announce that one. That scholarship is going to be game changing. So we have to finish up, tighten up a couple more things. And then I want everyone to be on the lookout for that scholarship because it's definitely going to change some lives.
Absolutely.
All right, my friend. Well, this is where we sign off. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me. Again, this is just two friends hanging out, chatting. We have an audience to see how much fun we have together. If you guys have any questions, feel free to DM me or DM Kyle. If you want to give back to your local community, there's so many things you can do, from just feeding those in need. If you're a dentist, you can donate some dentistry. Do what you can to help those who can't help themselves in certain situations. Kyle, any words you'd like to leave us with?
Did I lose you?
Oh, you're back.
I'm back. Okay.
So basically, I'm saying, what words would you like to share with everyone about giving back to those who can't always help themselves?
Hey, man, I just say start somewhere, do something. We serve. I mean, in the simplest term, you don't need to save it all. You don't need to drink the ocean. Start there somewhere. Just help somewhere. Start doing something for somebody else. You don't have to think less of yourself. Just think of yourself less. How about that?
There we go. And then, hey, one thing I like to say: bring back Serve Day T-shirts.
Oh,
We
they're
want a
coming in hot,
2021.
baby. They are coming in hot. Be on the lookout. Make sure you register. T-shirts are great. We can't serve without a T-shirt. It was proven, so we know.
Perfect. All right,
I'll
my
see you
friend.
later, Dr.
Take
G.
care, and I'll chat with you
Bye.
later. See ya. Bye.
See ya.